On behalf of the National Forensics Association and Ball State University, I would like to welcome you to the NFA 2016. On behalf of the National Forensics Association and Ball State University, thank you for judging at NFA 2016. The first question might be, where do I go? The ballot table, which is the place that you will go to both pick up and drop off your ballots, will be located in the lobby of the Arts and Journalism Building, the atrium. Our advice is to arrive somewhere between 10 and 15 minutes before the round that you are scheduled to judge. This will allow you enough time to pick up your ballots and get to the appropriate building. During Thursday and Friday at the tournament, we will use buildings throughout the entire campus, so it is important that you are punctual when picking up the ballots. When you arrive at the ballot table, please tell them your name, the event that you are scheduled to judge, and the section number. You will be able to find all of this information. It will be on your judge's schedule sheet. If you are confused at any time, look near the ballot table and you will look for Mary Moore. And if she isn't around, look for anyone who is in a bright blue NFA staff t-shirt. Before we talk about the national tournament, you might wonder what exactly is speech. In college, we offer 3 types of events: oral interpretation, public address, and limited preparation. Let's begin by discussing the interpretation events. All of the interpretation events have a time limit of 10 minutes, and speakers will speak holding a script. This script is used to symbolize the words of the author of the literature. Sometimes the book is used as a prop. It is up to you to decide whether or not that is necessary for the literature and if it distracts from the performance. Book openings, closings, and page turns are typically expected to be seen as clean. Each performance will include an introduction, and this can be done before the performance or after a small excerpt of the selection. Occasionally, it has even been done at the completion of the performance. The introduction should introduce the piece of literature and might give a reason why you would want to listen to the issue in the selection or show social significance. Or sometimes people relate their literature to a theory or a quotation. The introduction should give you the title and author of the selections being presented. Speakers will present a program of poetic literature. It can be one long poem or several poems compiled to create or support a chosen theme. Again, the maximum time limit is 10 minutes, and it should include an introduction. In prose interpretation, the contestant will present a short story, an essay, a novel, or spoken performance. Usually the selection is singular, but a program of various literature is acceptable. When multiple characters are present in the literature, the expectation is that there will be a distinction made both vocally and through focal points. In this event, the emphasis should be on story. Again, students will have 10 minutes to compete in this event, and they will have an introduction. In dramatic interpretation, students can choose an excerpt and/or cut and perform a selection or selections of original and/or published dramatic material that has literary merit. Dramatic material may include a play or any material that is written for the stage, the screen, radio, documentaries, and/or character-centered new media. In duo interpretation, a pair of students will perform a selection from a script or multiple script. The performance will be off-stage focus. They typically do not touch each other or look directly at each other. They can either perform one script or a variety of pieces in a program. The emphasis in this event is on the relationship between the characters, personas in the performance. Maximum time limit is 10 minutes, which will include an introduction. Public address, sometimes called platform speaking, models traditional public speaking formats. These speeches all are 10 minutes in length and seem similar to what you maybe have experienced in your public speaking classrooms or you've even watched on TED Talks. In informative speaking, the speaker is allowed 10 minutes to provide a speech that is well organized, typically with an introduction, main points, and a conclusion. Overall, students should engage you as a listener and provide you with new and interesting information. Note cards are allowed. It is up to you as the judge to determine how much that would penalize a student. There should also be a significant amount of research evidenced throughout the entire speech. In persuasive speaking, a student will deliver a speech that is designed to influence the audience's attitude and/or actions. Typically, persuasive speeches are characterized by sound rhetorical strategy, well-supported arguments, credible sources, effective organization, significance, and vocal and nonverbal delivery choices that reflect the speech's purpose. The speeches should include accurate and honest source citations, and although limited notes are permitted, these speeches should be delivered from memory. Audio visual aids are permitted, and the maximum time limit is 10 minutes. In after-dinner speaking, a student will deliver a speech that is designed to entertain by advancing a point through the use of humor. These speeches are usually not exactly a stand-up routine, but rather are funny, but have content development, are creative, provide some sort of uniqueness, are timely, have clear organization, significance, and credible sources. In after-dinner speaking, students are allowed to use audio and visual aids, and the time limit is 10 minutes. Rhetorical criticism is a speech that is designed to describe, analyze, and evaluate the rhetorical dynamics related to a significant rhetorical artifact or event. These speeches are characterized by enlightening critical insight, in-depth analysis, description and application of rhetorical principles or theoretical frameworks, topic significance, as well as credible sources. These speeches should include source citations, and the maximum time limit is 10 minutes. Limited preparation events are different than the other two events in that they are not prepared prior to the tournament. In both extemporaneous speaking and impromptu speaking, the students will be given a prompt and will have a specific amount of time in order to prepare for the speech that they are given. In these events, the students have a maximum amount of speaking time at 7 minutes. They are allowed to use note cards in these events, and they will require that the judge provide time signals. After we explain the events, we will then go into how to offer time signals for your competitors. In extemporaneous speaking, the students will construct a speech that is designed to motivate an audience to consider a significant argument related to domestic or international issues or events. They are expected to construct a speech somewhere between 5 to 7 minutes after receiving 3 questions. They will choose the question that they will speak on, and they will have 30 minutes to prepare the speech. The use of limited notes is allowed. In impromptu speaking, you as a judge will provide a prompt for the students. They will have 7 minutes to prepare and deliver the speech. The expectation is that they will speak at least 5 minutes and that their speech will be constructed and delivered an original argument in response to the prompt that has been given. In the round, you as the judge will have one prompt, the same prompt for all 5 or 6 speakers. When students arrive to your round, the judges should familiarize themselves with the prompt, tell students how you plan on giving time signals, and then excuse the 5 speakers or any speakers that are present to the hallway and begin one by one with each student. The students should not watch the other speakers until they have delivered their speech. Remember, each round will have 2 judges. Do not start the round before the second judge is present. Once you arrive in your room, you will need to decide what the speaking order is. You will be given a ballot cover that will have every student's name and code. Those students will also sign in on the board. In this round, we have 6 competitors, 3 of which are double or tripled entered. You will notice they have a TE or a DE next to their name. When the round is ready to begin, you should take roll. Find out what students are in your room and what students are performing their other events during this time slot in different rooms. Students should not be penalized for coming to your room late if they are double or triple entered. Students who are double entered in extemporaneous speaking will be at extemp first and will not be present in your room. Based on triple entry, you should move the students up in speaking order so they have enough time to go to their other events. After the round has begun, you will need to fill out your ballot. This is what a ballot looks like. When you are filling out your ballot, you will first write the name and code for each competitor. These will be written on the whiteboard at the front of the room. They will also be on the ballot covers that were included in your ballot packets at the ballot table. After you have completed the speaker code and name, you will want to write the event, round, and section. Again, this information will be on your ballot cover. The third step that you will do is you will write your name legibly, and you will also include your affiliation. Are you a member of the Ball State community? Are you from an area high school? Are you just a local community member? Please fill out the affiliation. Next, you will write comments for the students. We would like you to be as constructive as possible when providing information to the students to improve his or her performance in future contests. Last but not least, you are going to give a rank 1 through 5, 1 being the best, 5 being last place, and you will also rate your students between 70 and 100. When you are filling out your ballot, we would like you to pay particular attention to the rank and rate that you will give to your competitors. You will first notice that in college speech, we give in preliminary rounds students in 5th and 6th place both 5th place. Other than that, each student will receive 1 rank and 1 rate. Those numbers must correspond with each other. The first column on the slideshow shows a correct ballot configuration. First place received 98 points, second place 97 points, third place 92 points, 491, 585, and 580. The second column is incorrect. The first place received 100 points, the second place 98 points, the third place 97 points, the fourth place 97 points. You are not allowed to have any ties in speech other than the 5th place ranking. Column 3 also is problematic because it gives a 6th place finish in the round. We are not allowed to do that. So for each one of the columns, you will notice the rank and rate must match, and you cannot give someone a higher rank with lower speaker points than the previous speaker in the round. They must all numerically correspond with each other. The ranking seems to be pretty clear for judges. It is the rating that creates some difficulty. You are allowed to use the scale 70 to 100 at your leisure. We typically don't encourage people to score below 80 points unless you have a motivated reason to do so. If you would like to, you are welcome to. After you have filled out the ballot and provided constructive comments for the students, we would like you to take a moment to write at the very bottom of the ballot or somewhere very clear a rationale for your students' ranks. What we have found through coaching a team is that students become very frustrated when they receive a 5 as their final score in the round, but only positive reinforcing comments. So if you could explain why each student is receiving the rank they receive in the round, students will find your ballot more meaningful and productive for their future tournaments. One of the most important parts of judging limited preparation event is time signals. If you have not ever given time signals and the other judge in the room has, I would encourage you to allow them to show you how they use time signals on your first time judging a limited preparation event. If neither of you have done it, you are welcome to prepare yourself for such an occasion. In impromptu speaking, the student will both prepare and speak, both of which will need time signals. During their preparation, you should provide them with verbal 30-second time signals. So every 30 seconds, you should say 30-second used, followed by 1 minute used, followed by 1:30 used. When the student stands up to speak, you will be given hand signals to them to convey how much time is left. At 2 minutes, both in impromptu and extemporaneous speaking, you will hold up 5 fingers. At 3 minutes, you will hold up 4 fingers. At 4 minutes, you will hold up 3 fingers. At 5 minutes, you will hold up 2 fingers. At 6 minutes, you will hold up 1 finger. Then at 6:30, you will hold your hand up like a C formation to communicate that there is 30 seconds remaining. At 6:55, in both extemp and impromptu, you will count down the last 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop, which is conveyed by the fist. After you have completed judging the round, you should place the ballots in the same order as your ballot cover. Next, you should double check that your rank and rates are in corresponding numerical order. Third, you will return your set of ballots to the ballot table in the lobby of AJ. When you arrive in that lobby, you will probably see a line. Once you get to the front of the line, you will give your ballots to the ballot table. They will double check to make sure that there are no errors, and then they will release you. If you have another set of ballots to pick up in the next round, you will move over to the ballot out section of the ballot table. NFA Lincoln-Douglas debate is a one-person persuasive policy debate that deals with the traditional stock issues of policy debate: harms, inherency, solvency, and topicality. It is a communication event in which competitors will be evaluated on their analysis, their use of evidence, and ability to effectively and persuasively organize, deliver, and refute arguments. According to the NFA description, rapid-fire delivery, commonly called spread delivery, is considered antithetical to the purpose and the intent of this event. Next up is Lincoln-Douglas debate. If you volunteered and were scheduled to judge Lincoln-Douglas debate, please be sure to read the PDF that follows carefully. The 2015-16 NFA LD resolution is: while most debaters will keep track of their own time, here is the time allotted by the NFA rules. Again, thank you for serving as a hired judge. In order to compensate you for your time and your expertise, we pay $12 a round. You will need to bring your judge's form to the ballot table on Monday, April 18th. With that, you will be paid in cash for your service. If for some reason Monday the 18th will not work for you, you are welcome to stop by the Communication Studies office starting on April 19th. If you are leaving town and you would prefer me to just mail you a check, I'm happy to do that as well. Just let Mary Moore know what your address is. Again, thank you so much for all of your time and your expertise. It has been great working with you.